Out of all of the characters in the Street Fighter universe, Akuma is one of the strongest of the Street Fighter lineup. Over and over, Akuma overpowers most of his opponents, even destroying his own master in battle for the sake of pride and victory. But did you know that there was a Street Fighter character who has defeated Akuma? In this episode, we will go in depth about a Street Fighter character, Jen, former legendary assassin and martial arts teacher of Chun-Li. The story behind this legendary showdown: the devil destroys the demon. Welcome to the Street Fighterverse. It all starts in the third issue of the Udon comics, Street Fighter II, when Ryu, while on a spiritual quest to control his dark instinct, decides to train with Dalsum, one of India's top yoga masters. In the beginning of training, Dalsum sees Ryu with a clouded and shredded mind. Dalsum understands Ryu's level of strength, but also understands that most of his training must be undone if he wants to reach enlightenment in battle. While in battle against Ryu, Dalsum stands in Ryu's head and quotes, "Until you have learned the folly of fighting, with rage in your fists, and given up winning as your ultimate and only goal, your mind will remain clouded and open for attack. As you are, you will never find victory against Akuma." Dalsum understands that there is darkness within him. His methods of training are very different from his former master Goken. Dalsum knows this is the area in which he must focus most of Ryu's training. We can see a young Ryu trying to find answers, as well as being clouded by his own thoughts. Hopefully, the training will help him find his way. While in meditation, Dalsum emphasizes on the balance between body and mind, clearing your emotions, and not letting give in to hate and rage. Dalsum tells him, when you have calmed the fluctuations of your mind and emptied it from negative emotions, the energies within you will flow in harmony, and you will attain your true power. Even if it's justified, you cannot allow yourself to ever give in into hate and rage. When you fight with implicit concern for the well-being of your opponent, as well as yourself, you will realize that victory can always be yours. Understanding this, Yoga Master Dalsum tries to get Ryu on the right track, which is a difficult task, knowing that his master was recently murdered by Akuma, and Ryu's inner powers are fed by dark feelings and overwhelming emotions. Dalsum creates a test to prove Ryu's skills. To understand Ryu's motive so far, the test is a mere illusion of Akuma, which is intended to take the best out of Ryu. Ryu recognizes that Akuma was only an illusion. He quickly understood that he had failed Dalsum's test. Dalsum questions Ryu. Are you truly training in order to seek justice? Or has your request to avenge your master merely provided an excuse to satisfy a darker, hidden desire? Knowing this fact, Dalsum understands that his training will be meaningless to Ryu, since he is full of hatred and only follows the path of vengeance for the death of Master Goken. With that in mind, Dalsum stops Ryu's training, stating that he can no longer continue. Ryu must first sort his feelings before he can move to the next step of enlightenment. Ryu, saddened and confused, replies to Dalsum, "Perhaps it's not my fate to defeat Akuma. Master Goken was the only one who ever did, and he is no longer here to show me the way." Or so he thought. Dalsum knew someone else who had defeated Akuma. Ryu was begging to know the person's name. Dalsum states that the man he wants to meet is just as dangerous as Akuma. Granting Ryu's request, he lets Ryu choose his own destiny, giving Ryu the information of the fighter's location and name. Arriving at the location, Ryu senses the person and says, "I can feel a fighting aura resonating behind me. Could it be as powerful as Akuma's? Are you Jen, the man who once defeated Akuma?" In the Udon 2 Street Fighter II, issue number 4, we find that Jen is explaining to Ryu how everything came about. Jen explaining to Ryu, "My life was very different when I first faced the man you speak of, Ryu. At that time in my life, I had long since mastered the deadly arts that I had dedicated my life to, but I still hungered for battle. That hunger was what brought me to face the most dangerous and deadly of fighters. Opponents I hoped would present a worthy challenge to me, and this Akuma who challenged me was worthy indeed. Never had I fought someone with such ferocity and rage, such precision and speed, or such power. I thought I had finally met an equal who could provide me with what I sought, the possibility of defeat. At that time, Jen was an undefeated martial artist in its category. His abilities surpassed everyone, longing for a worthy opponent. He explains to Ryu, "I remember tasting the pain of a battle that had been unknown to me for so long. Akuma reminded me what it felt like to be in a battle, in which the outcome was uncertain, and achieving victory would require exploiting my abilities to the fullest extent. I was grateful to him for reminding me of what it was to fight, but Akuma had not yet mastered his dark power. The same murderous intent that filled my own fighting style had not yet matured within him, and I took advantage of that fact. But Akuma had somehow done what no one else ever had. He had survived the deadliest of my techniques. I could have finished him then and there, but I was far too intrigued by his abilities to end his life. Instead, I spared him, agreeing to face him again after he had mastered his arts." Jen recognized the fact that he was on another level of power than that of Akuma's, but also recognized his future potential. As a fighter, Jen understands that a worthy opponent is more important than an easy victory. Jen was older and more experienced in martial arts. Akuma might have been younger and stronger, but this time Jen's experience and superior ability destroyed the raging demon to the point of live forgiveness. Well, Jen was known as one of the legends in martial arts in his native Hong Kong area. He is also known as the man who killed hundreds and the great legendary assassin from the underground world in Hong Kong. His reputation was of an invincible warrior whose skill and technique earned him the name the Devil of Hong Kong. Jen has proven to be one dominant opponent, a Street Fighter character that with his power and technique outsmarted the legendary Akuma. We have seen Jen's true strength of his lethal technique, to the point that Akuma was nearly finished. He only survived by Jen's mercy. Akuma is a strong fighter, but at the time he was no match for the force of Jen. In this video, we have witnessed one of Akuma's worst defeats. We have seen the power of Jen and his murderous intent. Did you think Jen's win was fair? Would you have given Akuma the chance of survival? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more theories, info, and lore. Thank you for watching the Street Fighter universe. Welcome to the center stage. Our new Discord server. There you can talk with us, chat about current events going on in Street Fighter, information, theories, and lore. We'll leave the link in the description box below. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and becoming part of this Street Fighter community. We want to thank you for your positive comments towards our channel because it only habilitates us to grow even more. From the Street Fighterverse crew, we thank you.